Hey guys, it's Roscoe and on the Space Couch today. We're joined by Spider-Man because I went to see Far From Home with Mike and Dee yesterday and we thoroughly enjoyed it. This is not a spoiler, by the way. Miles Morales is not in Far From Home. Don't get your hopes worked up. And this will be a non-spoiler review. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's... The MCU Spider-Man really works very well in the MCU. If you take the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, they would not work in that group setting, I don't think. But Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man for the MCU. I would say I really enjoyed Homecoming. Far From Home is better, definitely. It is not as good as Spider-Verse, though, because, well, that is such a high bar. But it certainly is my favourite live-action Spider-Man film, I think. And I did really like that first Tobey Maguire film when it came out, back nearly 20 years ago now. The reason I wasn't so keen on the Andrew Garfield one, it was almost a beat-for-beat remake, and we'd only just seen that a couple of years previously. But yes, Far From Home is great. All of the characters in it are really good. Jake Gyllenhaal is excellent. He really is excellent. He's great as Mysterio. And everything all around him is so well done. I really enjoyed it. And all of the supporting characters are great as well. Like Ned and MJ and all that. They're good fun. Flash is still a dick to him as well. The teachers that they're on the school trip with are really irresponsible and should be fired. But no, overall, I mean, the action scenes are really good. It takes a little while to get going, but when it starts, it starts. And there is some sequences in it, and when you see it, you know what I mean. That did remind me of Spider-Verse, in that they were very, not psychedelic and not jarring, but very where it would just change from one thing to another thing, to another thing, to another thing, but done so well. It's completely believable and it takes you with it. It doesn't bring you out of the movie at all. But yeah, great film. I cannot talk spoilers, so I can't tell you about the end credit sequences. I do recall watching Emergency Awesome Channel's non-spoiler review of Far From Home, and he said about the end credit sequences, they're very important. Yes, they are. I thought the first one had more resonance for me. The second one, it's allied to stuff that happened in Captain Marvel, which I haven't seen. So that was less important to me. But they were great, and it does portend a very interesting road ahead in the MCU going forward. There is just one thing. There's a scene very much towards the end. It's in one of the end credit sequences. He's just swinging through the city, but he lands in front of the Stark Tower that's being rebuilt into whatever. But there's a billboard that's just like the ones you see at sports grounds. It's about waist height, and it just says on it, "We can't wait to show you what comes next," or some form of words like that. And there's a 1, 2, and a 3, and the next thing would be 4. And I very much took that as a reference to Phase 4, and they're really excited for Phase 4. Others have thought it might be a reference to the Fantastic Four, but I didn't get that vibe personally. But yes, fantastic stuff. Absolutely loved it. I will be picking it up on Blu-ray when it comes out to have a proper deep dive in it. And the different costumes that Tom Holland has in it are really good, and one of them really reminds me of Spider-Man Noir. But yes, I think I shall call it here before I start giving away any spoilers, assuming I haven't already. It's definitely worth your time. If you like Tom Holland, you'll love this movie because he is a great Spider-Man, and so everyone else in it is great too. Special kudos to Jake Gyllenhaal. He's great in this. He really is. And I do hope that we see him again in the MCU at some point. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed. Or like the video.